Sekulow. We're joined by our Senior Counsel for Global Affairs, former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. Secretary Pompeo, I know you've been tweeting about it, talking about it as you travel the country. We saw the leak of Justice Alito's draft opinion. We're seeing the protests in front of his houses. But we now know that Chuck Schumer is pushing for a vote tomorrow in the U.S. Senate on, it's called the Women's Health Protection Act. It's a very radical bill. It goes way beyond Roe versus Wade, but it would codify abortion as a federal right into law. A lot of the media playing it down, but as we've analyzed today, he's missing one vote, basically, that he needs to get rid of the legislative filibuster, and suddenly they've gotten out ahead of the Supreme Court opinion, and this battle is stuck in federal court. I mean, people, I think, need to take this very seriously, Secretary Pompeo, because the abortion industry has got a serious hold on a lot of these politicians.
Oh, Jordan, I don't think there's any doubt about the fact this is serious. I hope that everybody who cares about protecting the unborn, who wants the basic right of that child to be born, just so fundamental, and who has seen Roe for, goodness, since 1973, right now 50 years of policy, has seen how badly decided that was, the damage it has done to not only the lives of the unborn, but to the women who aborted those children. I hope everyone can see that this is a real moment. The leak was intentional. It was designed to create exactly the public pressure that you're seeing with the protests at the homes of Supreme Court justices against the law. I think you can see this is precisely the energy they were trying to stir. And those of us who believed in this basic idea that life begins at conception and that the United States has a responsibility to protect each of those lives, need to make sure we communicate with our elected officials at every level, at the state level, where this could ultimately be decided, but in the hours in front of us at the federal level, to make sure that they don't break the filibuster in a way that would permit the codification of Roe v. Wade. It would be bad for the unborn. It would be bad for America's soul, and it would be bad for American politics as well. This issue should be fought out democratically in the way that it was for our first 200 years. I pray that we get back to that place, and if Senator Schumer has his way, that won't be so.
I want to play, Mike. I've just played it before, but I want to play it again for you to hear it. This was when this case was argued. This is what Senator Schumer screamed, actually. I shouldn't say argued, screamed in front of the Supreme Court in the United States.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
So he's done exactly what he said he would do. They got the help here of a leak. You tweeted out, make no mistake, if Roe is overturned, the pressure to abandon our principles will be staggeringly immense. Those using the pro-life movement for political gain will surrender. Those who believe every life bears the image of our Creator will persevere. I will persevere, will you? There is this concern that, the pro-life movements can say, Roe's overturned, that's it, we're done. Mike?
Yeah, this fight begins with the overturn of Roe.
Right.
It puts us back to the place we were in 1972 and 1962 and 1952. And I think both science and faith call very clearly for being prepared to defend the unborn. They will, the amount of money flowing to the abortion industry will drive this, the politics of this. It will drive the radicalization of this. You can see it. You can feel it. You can watch it on your TV. Where an MSNBC announcer says, "I'd love to have a child so that we can abort it."
Right? I saw that yesterday. Yep.
These are ideas that are so deeply antagonistic to our understanding of who we are as human beings, and certainly who we are as Americans. I pray that those of us who just simply want Roe overturned so that these unborn children can find their life, their opportunity, the same way Weechieve had it. We won't abandon the playing field. The pressure will be enormous on those folks who sit in states which are contested states. The pressure on those leaders will be enormous. I just ask everybody who's thinking about this issue or who's voting on this issue or who holds elected office, who's making decisions about this issue, to be true to the things they know. Because when you're true to the things you know these are lives. You know that they are precious. You know that the families that are created as a result of them being born alive will be glorious families, and we need to make sure that we do everything we can to make sure that the pressure that flows as a result of this leak and potentially as a result of the decision that will be rendered for the Supreme Court to overturn Roe, the campaign that will be waged against the unborn will be, as I said, it will be immense and staggering, and we just need to stay in the fight and continue to get it right and deliver a reasoned, compassionate message, and I think the American people will understand that.
That is not the message that's coming from the pro-abortion industry and their paid-for politicians. I mean, we saw the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Lightfoot, Secretary Pompeo, tweet out that this is a call to arms. This, if the draft opinion is the actual opinion of the court, a call to arms tweeted out. I mean, a city plagued by gun violence, and their mayor, but using that kind of language. And I think that people need to understand it may not be resonating as much in their towns and cities right now, but it is very much, it is Washington, D.C. knows the influence of this industry. And, apart from your time as Secretary of State and CIA Director, but in Congress as well, those Planned Parenthood lobbyists, they're working the phone right now to try and find that one vote to end the legislative filibuster tomorrow.
No doubt, Jordan. And they know the likely suspects. They know those people who they have seen fold before in the face of pressure from Planned Parenthood and the broader abortion industry. I'd urge people to continue to work, to continue to pray. When I hear Mayor Lightfoot who use language like that, you all, ACLJ, and I, we've all been steadfast. Right. No riots, right? No violence. This is about returning the opportunity for voters to make good decisions for their own state about how to treat this contentious issue. This is a dangerous time in the physical sense. We need to pull back from that space. It doesn't mean you ever have to give an inch. This isn't about standing up steadfastly for the principles you depend on. It is about fighting it in the space that we all know to be consistent with who we are as Americans.
And that's exactly what we're trying to do. Mike, we appreciate it.